Hi guys, it's Meg with Seed to Fork, and I'm here today to give you a little behind the scenes look at how I approach our seed starting, organizing, planning, and actual planting. It all starts with a couple of spreadsheets that I've developed over the last several years as our garden has grown. I've really yearned for kind of a master plan that I can look to year over year for inspiration and adjusting totals of things we grow. So I've been asked a lot about this lately on Instagram, and so I wanted to I'm going to go into my spreadsheets in a minute here and show you what they look like and how I use them to keep myself organized. All right, welcome to my spreadsheets. I have two of them that I keep. This is my garden plan. I renamed it. It used to be Garden Plan 2018. It now says Garden Plan 2019. It has a tab for most months. I think it goes until about August, but after about June, I don't keep very good records. One of these years, I'm trying each year to go a little deeper into the growing season, but once I'm outside, I tend to not keep track on this spreadsheet. The other thing I keep is notes on here. So this is a really nice way of having a digital garden planner. This is linked through my iPhone, through Google Sheets and Google Docs, so I can access it out in the garden. I always have my phone with me. I don't always have pen and paper. So this is the first part of how I sort of keep track, is I put all the seeds I'm going to grow, the type of plant, the variety, days to maturity, and then I put, if they have nothing after that, it's Johnny's, and then otherwise I put the variety in parentheses, so high mowing, Baker Creek, and so on. So then I always know what I'm sowing. So that each row corresponds to a particular variety, and then the date it's going to be sown. Each column is a sowing date. I try to have no more than one sowing day a week. That feels like the right amount for me. And some months I sow less than that. Some months I might sow more. But generally speaking, I shoot for, at the most, one day I sow a week. So one of the main ways I get organized is I sow in either a 45 or a 50 flat tray, and these are for my 2-inch soil blocks. And come April, I will also sow in a 125 tray for my cosmos and zinnia and marigolds. So I think in those terms first. So when I go to anyone else, I'm scrolling up here to early March. When I was figuring out how many of each of these, in part, I'm thinking of my square footage in my garden. How much space can I allocate to these vegetables? And then the other piece is, well, I'm restricted. I'm not going to sow a flat plus 5 more. I'm going to sow a flat. So there is some give and take here. And this is where you have the choice as the creator of your garden. I think I wanted to sow more of these status seeker whites than I ended up sowing. But I had to drop it down because there were other things competing for space inside that flat. So you have to know, you have to set your limit in terms of what you're sowing in. And then that sort of dictates how you get to these numbers here. And for me, those numbers are adding up to 45 or 50. So then after I have the quantities figured out, for the tray, what I'll do is I'll come over to my other document, which is my sewing tray document. And today is March 18th, and I know that I have some trays to sow. And I am just gonna take this, copy it, drop it down here. I'm gonna clear it out. I do that for formatting. And then I know I have some lettuce. I have one lettuce variety. Let's come back over here and see what else I have. That was just one variety I knew. So I have a red iceberg and a winter density, and those are each 10. So red iceberg. And then I'm pretty sure I had a note down here that I was gonna do the Nicotiana, I'm not sure how you pronounce that, with my lettuce. So it's gonna be a flat of 45. I'm gonna leave this open because knowing me, I am gonna find another 5 of something to start there. So that's how I convert my table here, which is how my brain prefers to work. I really like starting in this format. And then I switch over to these trays. So when I make my soil blocks later tonight, I will have this open and I will follow this planting chart. So through that process of ramping up our seed starting, it's been really useful. And I hope that you found something useful from how I approach this that you can take away and apply to your garden setup. And I hope that your garden is off to a great start already this spring. And thanks again for watching. Take care.